Two men from the Soviet Union died under suspicious circumstances in this New York lake exactly 100 years ago. In 1925, two Soviet officials visited Long Lake, New York, when, according to official records, they got into a boating accident and drowned. But who were they? Why were they here? And why is this considered suspicious? Efrem Sklyansky was a Soviet revolutionary from present-day Ukraine who was handpicked by Leon Trotsky to help secure a communist victory during the October Revolution. Isaiah Kurgan was the first president of the Amtorg Trading Corporation. Amtorg was the first trade office of the USSR in the USA, and for many years was the only Soviet representative office in America, effectively acting as a quasi-embassy out of New York City. In 1925, Sklyansky and Kurgan arrived at Long Lake, New York for a conference with Soviet officials based in America. After the meeting ended, Kurgan suggested a quick boat ride before their departure. Sklyansky got into a motorboat with Kurgan, where they rode off onto the lake, never to be seen alive again. When their peers finally went out searching for them, they found their motorboat had capsized and the two men had drowned. The deaths of two prominent figures of the Soviet Union half the world away in the Adirondack Mountains were immediately viewed as suspicious by some, although of course no official action was taken on the part of Soviet leadership. But that's not where the story ends. Several years after their deaths, Joseph Stalin's secretary, Boris Bazanov, defected to France and wrote many accounts of how the early Soviet Union operated. Bazanov adamantly claimed that Stalin had Sklyansky and Kurgan killed in upstate New York. According to Bazanov, Stalin had chosen Sklyansky to succeed Kurgan as the president of Amtorg earlier that year. Stalin's inner circle was reportedly baffled by the decision, since Stalin held Sklyansky, a close ally of his arch-rival Trotsky, in contempt, and had previously stripped him of his prestigious military roles a year prior. Now, since the president of Amtorg was effectively the only representative the Soviet Union had in the United States, it required the office holder to remain away from the Soviet Union for extended periods of time. So it would make no sense for Stalin to appoint Sklyansky, of all people, to lead Amtorg unless he, say, wanted to get Sklyansky out of the USSR for a quick and quiet takedown. This theory fits within Stalin's greater efforts to exile and eliminate critics, potential rivals, and other threats to his power, especially allies of his arch-rival Trotsky like Sklyansky. Also worthy of note, the next four presidents of Amtorg were confirmed to have been executed during the Great Purge several years later. But hey, maybe it was just a boating accident. These things do happen from time to time. Maybe Bazanov was incorrect or made false allegations against Comrade Stalin. Maybe it was just a coincidence that four successive presidents of Amtorg were all purged. But after 100 years, I think it's finally safe to assume that these men were murdered.